Hello and welcome everybody. Today we're doing another YouTube exclusive. Let me pop over to this view. Boom, a little bit smaller so you guys can see the board. YouTube exclusive. Actually, let me do adjustment here. Now I gotta warn you guys, gotta let you know, and I'll remind you guys throughout the week, I'm actually going on break, but I'm gonna try to let the YouTube content continue. Basically, I'm going on a break from live streaming because Thanksgiving's right around the corner and I'm going to see my family. Therefore, obviously, I don't have streams to make videos out of. So expect a few videos like these, just a little more casual, me talking directly to the camera, to all of you at the YouTube fam. A little bit more laid back, probably decks that I enjoy playing, hopefully you enjoy watching as well. The one deck I enjoy playing, but I've given you guys too much of, is Hornbluff, so that's the one deck you can be pretty confident I won't be showing off. But besides that, every deck I enjoy is fair game, and I'll just record, hopefully 5 or 6 of them. Make sure for I'm gone for about a week, so hopefully for that week, you guys at least have a video a day. I don't want to leave you all deprived of high quality Gwent content. So it'll work in the normal manner of, I'm gonna play some Gwent, and do no editing, do none. You guys just get to hang out with me, and we get to see what the result is. That was rough. Normally I like playing the novice immediately. I mean, I could Blightmaker a novice guarantee a good hit, but given we have so many bronzes in our hand, it was very likely there would be some kind of gold on top of our deck. But does not appear to be the case. Now we're against Double Cross. Nilfgaard these days does run Heatwave. We'll see. We'll give either like 3 losses to Vypper, or just like 2 to 3 good games. That's what I want to aim for here. Now let's see what's going on. This patch has actually not been treating me kindly when it comes to content, and I am sorry about that. You're seeing a few days where I'm only able to get 1 video out, which is kind of breaking my heart a little bit, I confess. I dislike when I'm only able to put out 1 video a day for you guys. This patch has been so freaking difficult when it comes to finding... give me a second to think about this. When it comes to finding new interesting decks to play, because what I'm finding is there's just a handful of cards for each faction which are really good. And if you're not running those cards, your deck is gonna have problems. For example, the Terra Nova Mage Torturer Assimilate package with Brathens, it's just Nilfgaard, right? Except instead of Ball, you have to, and then Ball and a couple Aristocrats, you just run the full shebang, which is kind of boring if I'm a meme deck maker, because I can make almost any meme work just off of the points I get from that, and just I need my opponent to have a bad hand. I don't get the pleasure in these days, in my opinion, of really refining a massive deck list of 25 ridiculous cards and going wild. I am optimistic though about the leaders around the corner, because the leaders have a huge benefit that I don't think people realize yet. I'm going to spoil it for you all. You're welcome. That's just a coup. Really good positioning here. Assassinate can hit any unit. So, as a result, with the Mage Assassin up front, you can't assassinate it to get rid of it. I don't have my turncoats, so I do want to take advantage of the spying before I purify and lock with Imposter. Want to be careful here too, because Cupbearer can poison every unit. I believe that's the one that can poison anything, so don't want to play Cadaverine until I can confirm there's no poison, or just simply as my last card. This patch has been hard, but I'm optimistic about the leaders, because the leaders should have wild, interesting abilities. And if the new, slightly more power crept version of Gwent, each leader should not only should they be power crept and up to snuff in most cases, but also, even better is that they should be really impactful on the deck construction. So for example, Eldain makes traps the thing. Let's see, Detloff wants bleeding and vampires. Great. See?
The realm of the living severs your chain. Abandon now your mortal stain.
Play it here on back row to make sure I can put Stefan down and threaten a situation where Assassinate isn't good enough. You better have a lock, I guess? I don't really know what's left after Anvil. If they had Heatwave, they'd murder it. But if they have Heatwave and they do it now, it'd be so funny. But I'm really optimistic for the 12 leaders to give me a lot of flexibility because they should demand a powerful deck be built around their abilities, and their abilities should all be a little power crept. Looking forward to it, looking forward to it. And then hopefully, is it the next expansion in January, guys? I say guys because it feels so natural to ask chat. There's no chat here, just me and you. Very intimate YouTube fam, very, very intimate today. All in all, game's going well. You saw him hovering Vypper. Anytime somebody hovers Vypper, it makes me really excited as a Vypper player. Because it means my opponent has no idea what it's in store for them. And that's a wonderful thing. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and get Siegfried on top. We'll set up the kill. With this hand, I should be able to get a lot of what I need. And I want to reset up the assassinate avoiding pocket right here so I can get Stefan out and say, alright, do you have Purify? If you don't, this is going to suck. Or not Purify, Lock. If not, this is going to be a miserable experience. We just got to chill. My opponent's sitting there, they're like, oh, I'm up a lot of points. I got a Vypper that's purified. But no, this is going to be fun. Fun game. Now, how far will you go, my dear opponent? Ah, there it is. You know, I love to see it. No matter how many times I see my opponent mess this up, I never get bored of it. I'll go Damien here. And, you know... Alpha seems kind of interesting, doesn't he? I like the Terra Nova version of this deck, by the way. Ever since it's actually pretty okay to have so many bronzes. All the way. Do I need to go all the way here? How many do I have? I have 5 Vipers. Maybe not. 6 is pretty darn finishing. Ah, you know what, guys? Do you even have it? I didn't think this one through, did I? No. Alright. I should have realized, John, that there was a lot more... besides doo-doo, everything else was bricked, wasn't it? You know, that was a terrible play. It's alright. Life's good. You know what? I'm just giving them a fighting chance. I don't really know what else to say, guys. I'm giving them a fighting chance. They've Yenvoed one of my Vipers, right? Yeah. Yes, they have. How dare they? Dare they? Crap. Okay, so we have a Brick Terra Nova because I didn't get either of my turncoats. Thanks, Dak. Really good job there. We'll go and get our Chad wagon down. I decided to start taking one wagon because a lot of things are like boiling oil or like dealing more than 6 damage is really hard for decks these days. So being able to give 3 bonus armor to Damien or Stefan goes a long way. Could I have passed there, John? I could have potentially passed and gone for a brutal Vypper bluff, but I think it's a little bit risky. I'm just gonna wait for them to play that beautiful Vypper out. Fantastic. So some of you might be tempted to lock this, but remember we have Siegfried coming up, so we'll go ahead and just play Terra Nova for 0. We'll give him some armor because we like this Terra Nova. He's a pretty good guy. A 4 whole points for 12 provision. 4 for 12, and it comes with the Assimilate Jag. Unbelievable! What a bargain! What a bargain! My God! What a wonderful world. What else should we talk about today? If you've not seen Arcane on Netflix, what are you doing with your life? I'm asking for a friend. Put it on the Vypper. Chad Vypper. Chad Vypper. Put it on the Vypper. See? People wonder why my opponent has no friends. Oh yeah, my opponent's like, huh. Seem desperate. Seem a little nervous, bud. Fortunately, I think we only get... I'm gonna miss a Vypper. I think I give him this Vypper. I think I want to lock here. No. I'll go like this. I'm a little nervous about this. So if I lock here, I still have 5. Which is good. But the thing that scares me is Brathens, because they can start locking my Vipers with Brathens and Duchess Informant if I play Bronze Lock here. Do I just pass here, take 4 and give him 1? That would be the end of the locks. I think I'm supposed to pass here. I think it's very risky to play in the Alba here. Unfortunately, our last cards on our deck are just kind of trashed here. I gotta really rely on Turncoat and drawing the coup here. And if I had one more unit card, if I just double checked how many bricks I really had in my deck. So I think you have to. I think it's a huge mistake. Because they have Brathens, I eat it here. And it's Nilfgaard, so they always have Brathens. Alright, well we got 5. No, 4. We have 4, they got 1 right now. They have 20 points. I could just go for the Vypper bluff, I suppose. I think it's too risky, though, in round 3 to go for it. It's very rare, and it's very mean, because then when you pass and your opponent falls for the bluff, where you pass and Vipers come out, swings the point at the last second, you're really just bluffing somebody who's really kind and trying to let you get out of the game. So it's kind of like the rude bluff. You are able to do it, but like, should you? Maybe not. Maybe not. It's almost been a year since really starting to stream Gwent and going for it. What a sick read. What an absolutely mind-boggling read. God, I'm so good at this game. So anyways, more importantly than that, the only problem is, like, we're actually a lot of likes there. We're pretty close on board. Like, uncomfortably close. Where, like, they haven't spent that many good golds. Thank you. Correct choice, by the way, is definitely hitting the Vypper that casually has this spying tag. +7 would have been really good. Makes me freaking wonder what MMR I'm at. I forget. My MMR is always so volatile. For people who are not in pro rank, MMR is matchmaking ranking, or something like that. Matchmaking ranking. MMR. Matchmaking. It really is matchmaking rating, not ranking. Match. Fine. Match. Making. Rating. Got it. Ranking would have been funnier though. But I can see why that might not be as popular. Could see why people might not be as warm and fuzzy on that one. Did I just bluff? If they play, do I think I can actually win here? I'm kind of thinking no. I haven't seen their Terra Nova. The long round. Maybe I just pass. On the other hand, what if I draw a doo-doo or 2? This is always hard, like, how do I forfeit, right? Should I forfeit or play? His hand's pretty trash. I have +1 cards though, right? Man, I regret that. You have 6 cards here. You know, fine. I'll try to play this ethically.
Of course, as you wish, master. Snap and done.
Okay.
Heckling kill.
Okay. Well, is what it is, I suppose. I played. I'm not sure that was right. Just deep in thought about, like, if that really was the right choice. Because there was... I guess there still is, because you experimental. So there still is a Vypper bluff if I wanted to do it, which is just pass immediately. Alright. I think I just pass. I think I'm supposed to pass here. I don't think I'm gonna outpoint all this. I mean, I can lock and stuff, but they probably have to. Alright, fine. This is a cheeky one. If they pass, we're just gonna abuse somebody's kindness here. Look, I'm a little well played. Yeah, it's game for us, guys. I think the coup is pretty Pretty finishing for us. Good game. GG. I just not messed up that round 1 play. The Rodder cost me the game. Good game. Journeys are always so problematic here. Like, I'm sitting here wanting to get to 65. I'm so desperate. The song is so ballin'. But I'm fine listening to arcane music. Oh yeah, shout out to Phenom, by the way, who's kind enough to gift me this Year of the Were-Rat board and all that. I think I got the fancy creepy back too. Yeah, I got a digital back, first digital back ever. It's super sick, and it makes me very happy. So thank you, Phenom, for that. It's pretty darn ballin', in my opinion. IMO. So many cool stuff. So much cool stuff. Let's go ahead and get down. Whoa, man, that's so trippy. I wish there was more backs like this. Look how creepy that is. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you again, Phenom. If you're watching this, usually in the live, you're usually in the chat, but I wanna call you out. Give a little nod of the hat, so to speak. Ah, man. All right, well, we won the game. That was a pretty solid win. That was a pretty solid win. Wow. Okay, unless we get a bad hand, let's see. No. Do I need wagon here, John? Not really. Ice Conveyance is pretty bad, though. I think we win the game because they shouldn't have Heatwave. Usually you run Torque is here and you have Devotion. Or I guess Torque would be here, right? Sunset starts here, Torque would be here. Anywho, it's always convenient that Torque has Devotion. So be curious what happens if you have 2 cards to start in your opening hand. Mandatorily, like Sunset and Torque. Imagine if Torque wasn't Devotion. It'd be interesting, it'd be interesting. What else on my mind? This family's grown a lot, guys. I will say, we've come a long way in the Plain Talk family. Here. I would be so sad. I would be so sad right now if I were them. I confess. I would be a little upset. Like, just a little upset. Nice, I like your stock, kid. We'll play in front row. Gezerus isn't very... Gezerus, however you want to say his name. Not as popular in these hand buff decks. More popular. If there's Nature's Gift, you almost always want to play around it. But right now, not a big deal. So you're gonna notice me take my time here. Play on back row to minimize making a bomb. So I don't want to rush the lock per se. I only have 1 in my hand, and they probably have Nature's Caress. So, Force Protector is a popular thing to run, and Dunka's a Dryad, so there's a good chance you'll be able to actually get the full value out of Dryad's Caress. At least there is some justification. I don't know if I've ever played on this board. What else can I do? I think I can just swing the lamp, right? But then the rats come out every so often, which is super sick. Yeah, Arcane has been my obsession lately, guys. I already want season 2. It's on Netflix, 9 episodes, based on League of Legends, but it really has very like nothing to do with the game. Everything is the lore, and Riot Games' lore for League of Legends is dark and wonderful and makes me super happy. We should actually ping here. They shouldn't have anything that allows them to target that, but we do need stuff. Are we don't have anything that allows them to target it? Do you want Catervine? Royal or Doo-Doo? I'm pretty sure you go back no cards Royal Decree Doo-Doo. I think it's just the least used. Catervine's pretty not. Doo-Doo is doing his best. Put them all in front row. Yes. I will say we are gonna hurt. I'm so glad I only have 1 Hawker Smuggler. If they had 2 or a Dunka, this would be a very tough match. I'm not sure we would win it. To be blunt. Now I have to take a risk. I don't really like this risk, to be honest. I may need to use Blightmaker on Mage. They're playing out well, but the Letho and hand's really clutch here. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I think we're good.
I'm coming for you.
Alright, another one. Yeah, points starting to matter here. Painful? Okay. Sinless is not my friend, but I can deal with it.
Only one with no sense would trust.
Getting the bountiful out's good. So his hand, hand is Torque and a finisher. If it's a Glace, it'll hurt. I'm hoping it's like Fin Evangel or something that doesn't go too over the top right now. Is there a move one? Not immediately.
Your bet will avenge us.
Am I supposed to? Nah, I think I play. I think I play lose uneven. Is how I'm supposed to approach this. Because when I play Blightmaker and put Siegfried on top, do I even bother Siegfried on top? They're gonna pass here. I'll pass. Oh, I'd rather lose uneven. But with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Vipers coming over, it'll be fine. I don't know if we win. The hand buff's one of the few decks that can really go pretty over the top, and we've let Hawker Smuggler have a couple hours to just work on massaging all the Torque and his friend in hand. That's pretty painful. Get over there, squad. Honestly, this might have been the wrong call. I don't know if they'll bleed this round or not. Don't need Iris, don't need you. That's a good draw. Because if they play Hawker, I need an answer to it. We have 6 Vipers, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The only good human is
it Dunka? Matron.
You see?
Look, I'm not gonna say that's sus as can be, but like, it's a play, I guess. Let's shut it down before it gets out of hand. Yeah, so they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Interesting, you're going for it. You're a madman. Maybe, nah, I think we'll throw a pack. Unless Geezers comes out, but like, man. Or they could pass here. If they play, it's a huge mistake. There's no way here is right. Right? I have no idea why anyone would consider playing there. Personally, anyways. But, you know what?
Fighting spirit, what need ye to flee this world ever free?
Don't purify anyone yet. Was it 3, right? So it can prevent them from getting Death Blow on nature. Oh, do you have it? You might. I'm gonna maximize points because this is at 14, so let's just assume this thing's massive. And if it's Skags in hand and they kill one, and it's not, if it's normal, not doomed. We play Siegfried first, we go into my grave and become their Vypper. My hope here is that last card is not something too crazy. Torque is not that big though. Torque's only 9+? Yeah, I think you're in trouble, bud. I don't think you played properly. I think they overcommitted in round 2, and that's going to cost them everything, which is a wonderful thing. Talk about Arcane. Hey, Arcane's always on my mind. The soundtrack's banging. It's so good. But I love it because the characters there all have their own personalities, and it feels like they're all real. Because they all have issues and problems and views on things that are complicated. And it's beautiful. Did Terra Nova ever get on copying anything? Yeah, you did. Why not, Vypper? Except, do you have a lot more movement than I wanted? I'm going to change my approach on playing back row just in case. We're probably okay on front. Really good. Nice. I think it's a good play. Is there anything I would want to draw here and regret not? No, even if I draw one of my gold, it's not a big deal. I think I just kill here. There aren't many ways out of this game. A gigantic Glace is probably the only one that comes to mind. Hit the Novice, and of course, God loves me. God will let me draw a Mage Assassin.
was not in the spell books.
It's like kind of like a mage assassin. Anyhow, I do believe that should be game for us. Solid, solid, solid. I think there was room for them to win this game. Though, man, if a Glaze comes down, it's like 80. Oh my gosh. I killed the Hockey Smuggler. GG. That's fun. I enjoyed that game. That was really fun. I enjoy that kind of game. The tension. Can they make it? If they should have. I think if they had not played aggressively in the round 2, or alternatively, sure. Alternatively, if they had, we'll just open up a book. I don't care. It's a casual thing. I'm just trying to get rid of these. I don't even know what to do about all this stuff. I think if they had not played in the round 2 there, or had gotten a little luckier on the draws and hit the Dunka and Hawker Smuggler they needed in round 1, I think they would have won that game. But we are playing Vypper. It's a cheesy deck. It's a wonderful deck. I mean, excuses aside, clearly winning a Vypper is an all-skill kind of a deal. Why don't we go again? Why don't we go again? I hope you guys don't mind these more informal ones. Just make them and upload them. That way you guys aren't deprived. Want to make sure even on your break there's a little bit of something. So when you're, your uncle gets into an argument over turkey, or the, what was the trial right now? The Rittenhouse trial, when your uncle starts talking about it, or your aunt, I want you to have the ability to excuse yourself and pull out your phone or whatever device you watch me on and just relax to some casual Gwent. Relax a little bit. Crap. We have all the cards I don't need. I basically need to hit Siegfried and Vypper in 2 cards, or we're really in trouble. Siegfried? Vypper? We are so screwed. Oh, we are so dead. Okay. Crap, really? Like right now, I'm just trying to think about like a miracle line of play. What would it look like? Helps. Okay. So why are we screwed? They have double locks, right? Locking means that Vypper becomes their Vypper. So what you typically do in this round, you fight for Vypper and you hope they start locking in round 1. You go for the Siegfried and 2 of them. So we're going to have to take some just educated risk here. How many gold cards do I have in my deck? Not enough. Just, or too many. This is why you actually run Iris Companions. This was a John Doe special. John Doe is a fantastic member of the Playing Talk community. Playing Talk family. Life is pain. So this is all going wrong very quickly for us. Which is a thing. You hit here, please. That'd be really helpful. Okay, good. Okay, so now we just need to get you out. Now we just need to get you out. There is, because of how long this took, there is a chance to get permanently keep Vypper in here if they keep killing things, right? So if I were to bang out like double imprisonment, I could put 2 things here to delay the Vypper. Then if I play a unit and they can keep killing it, not Yenvoing, but actually putting it into our grave, it'd be a really nasty thing. And also, YouTube fam, we are over 7,500 subscribers on YouTube. Isn't that pretty crazy? 7,500. We're definitely a mature Gwent channel at this time, which is also kind of crazy in my opinion. I don't think that's the right play. You want to keep this to steal things like Blightmaker from me, because you start poisoning my Vipers. There's a lot more you can do than what they just did. Anyhow. Put you on top. Candarella's less popular these days, so it should be fine. I'm assuming it's gonna heat waved. Judging by my luck this game, we're rocking like a 2 to 3 out of 10. So I'm imagining it's gonna be a heat wave immediately. Let's see what happens. Or they can find a way to lose the game. I'm so proud of them. Good work. Probably should have played Roderick first there. We'll do him now. Ooh, what a great opportunity for a doomed version of Coup. I'll probably get more value out of Dudu later on. Stefan is just begging for a lock, eh? Now, it's not perfect, mind you. You guys remember that issue I mentioned earlier?
The Empire will be victorious.
One of our biggest issues right now is to get 4 Vipers. Because we were not able to find the way to purify the bad hand. And their imprisonment. So if they, if I were them, here's how I would approach this round. I would go for a long round 2. Wait until I pass and then smack the lock on my purified Vipers. And that would cost us the game. So, you guys feeling like a bluff coming up? How many do I have? Can I do a bluff? Yes, we can get a perfect bluff. What is a perfect bluff? So here's how Vypper works. Eat a card, then check it from lowest to highest. So it goes... we're going to go ahead and pass here. So it'll eat, then check and see, oh, we have a bunch of cards not named Vypper. So next one will go eat, check, going from lowest to highest. What happens though is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. They'll play a card, eats 4. End turn 1, 2, 3, 4. The last Vypper is going to eat this card, highest position here. Could also be this one. Eat it, check, and notice, hey, there's nothing else left. So we're going to see how this one shakes out. The other way we win this game is, let's say they play really smart. They play really smart and they just go for Value Town here. That's a great sign. Oh, no, it isn't. That means we can't get the Vipers out. Unless they play one more card. Because if they pass now, I'm short one. Because they put a spell in the grave. It will not be coming out here. You can see them hovering it as well. They're good. So, 9 on 10. We carried over 4, but our deck sucks. Okay. This is going to be a blood. This is the moment where I regret really just only running 1 Blight Maker in the deck. But then again... Really? Come on, deck. Come on, really? This is my hand? Fine. How do we do? Honestly, not bad. Not bad. 2 turncoats is clutch here. Everything's going to be coming down to... Damien, if I can pull this off. We'll see how it shakes out. I have a lot of Purify, which is good against imprisonment. We do have our Vipers on the way. So we're +3, but our deck is obviously a lot weaker than Joachim. Peller should get good value here, because what's going to happen eventually is they're going to be forced to Joachim. I'll have to do Peller, so then I'll do Imprisonment, and then coup it. So that should be pretty good. I like the line. Gosh, this is such a grim board. I do like it, though. The flies and everything coming out. And twisted, you know? I mean, do you just go for Damien? Yeah, I'll go for Damien. It's a nasty threat. The reason I'm going to play it early is there is a line of play where they throw the game. That involves Damien here. And basically, if they say, wow, Damien, 11 provision. This is the chattiest of Chad cards. I mean, look at this majestic head. You just want to rub it. You just want to rub the Damien. And so they're like, I'm gonna Joachim it. I'm so big brain. Or maybe I'll coup it. And then they'll lose the game. Almost instantaneously. Because we can copy it twice. And if they leave it locked, obviously I have to Pellet Purify if I want to. But no, they're playing safe. Isn't that so lame? Can you imagine being so lame at this game? Pardon me, I'm just gonna take that off your hands in like 2 seconds. Vincent is a lovely surprise. I was not expecting a Vincent to show up. I feel like I was supposed to expect it, but I always just expect. I don't see normally 3 and be sitting here on a queue and being like, huh. It would be a shame if something were to happen to that Vincent. This round's actually going really well. We get to, like, coup right now literally wipes their board. And we're still up 32 to 8. Rathens is fine here. I have no spies in my deck, or else I would copy it. So, forgive me in advance for not being enthusiastic about it.
You played your hand. Now, allow me to retort.
Not even a point. Pardon me. Obviously, you probably point out they can do that back at me, but killing a Vypper at 7 is a lot weaker than actually killing an engine here. And also remember during all this time, we're sitting on the doo-doo. What else can I doo-doo that's probably of note that they have?
fortune.
You sure that's a good idea?
Think you won? Think again.
Maybe it was better to kill here, but like the opportunity to knock off Furcart before there's better targets for the Terra Nova seems pretty tempting. Or maybe I should be locking this faster. I think this was lower priority. I think it was a mistake play, because I didn't have to rush to kill this. We can kill it Terra Nova whenever. I think I should have supposed to lock Wrathens there. Little mistakes. Learn from them, guys. Learn from them. I don't really beat myself up over them, though. I'd rather just play the game, you know? Like, fine. So I missed, what, probably 2 points here? Oh, just 1? Okay. Oh, that's exciting. Do I want to do anything with that? Not really. I think locking Wrathens makes more sense to me. I'm a little sad I don't have ways to make more copies of this. Brutal. Kinda brutal? Oh no, you lost it. Okay. Fine. Yeah.
Don't snap your spout at me.
That's a lot of potential options. I mean, I think Vincent's clearly the winner here. So, Furcart right here, I'm kind of starting to lean towards, yeah, actually you do. You go like that. 'Cause then you're already at 8, you're going to be 7 in a turn, but eventually I'm going to have to Siegfried. And I don't exactly want that unlocking itself. We have a 23-point lead, but it's still not like life is great for us. It's going to hurt, guys. Go on Terra Nova. So what? I mean, you have a lot of options here. No spying on Vincent's really clutch here, though.
Gotcha, Poppy.
Oh, no, that's spying up here. Fine. Sure. So now we're 3 on 3. Which is not ideal. So I think we purify here.
The order brings succor.
Let's just stop with the shenaniganry. Interesting. They went for Kuan Terranov. I guess that's better than Kuan Joachim, assuming you hit Joachim. God, I would love for you to hit a Damien here. It would make my day. Make my day. Be very funny. Dude, sitting on Dudu here is killing my soul. I mean, I could always do it on this, but it's kind of hoping we get enough. And that's it, guys. That's it. Really? They high rolled the Terra Nova. Could have we could fight this game, but wasn't enough, I'm afraid. That is, unfortunately, the end of us. I do not think we have better cards in the last portion of my deck.
Were you?
If I must. Coming.
I don't even know what to transform into, to be honest.
I despise Dimeritium.
And there it is. We got absolutely smoked. Gotta acknowledge what I see. Hurts. That is how life is. I think I'll bring today's to a close. Why don't we go ahead and just do one thing? It's a good little learning lesson for people crafting premiums. Because I've been working through some a particularly obnoxious set of premiums. You see these? These are the starter deck cards that you can't just transmute. Like, for example, if I wanted you to be premium, which I do, I can't do it. Notice it's not here. Because you were given these cards, they don't count as scraps. So you actually have to set it to starter deck all to see everything. You can see how most of the premiums, but if we go back up here, and I'll switch to the unowned, you'll see that I'm missing right now 1 siege tower. Looks like you, and least but not last, Geralt of Rivia. I'm gonna go ahead, since I was using the example, and then you have to actually craft it to get the premium with the 200 scrap. Some of the more obnoxious premiums to get in the game. That's all good. Just saving up my kegs right now because I'm almost prestige 10 at 9 right now. Can't wait to get it done because then I can finish up the fancy premiums. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me again. You'll see more of these videos. The frequency is going to drop a little bit this week because of the break. I'm just going to record a bunch of these. Now, if you're like sitting there saying, wow, I really like YouTube exclusives, and I miss when John is playing a particular deck, then this is the best time for you, because I will be replaying some decks and chilling, having a good time, chatting away. Make sure to watch Arcane on Netflix if you have access to it, and I will see you all tomorrow. Also, actually, before that, one more thing. Leave a like. I found out if I tell you guys to leave a like, you guys are amazing at it. I just have to remind you. But if you like this, leave a like. It'll help me, because this week my viewership's going to drop a bit, because it'll be a lot of throwbacks instead of new decks. So forgive me in advance. Love you all. See you soon. Shoutouts to McRandar, Winston, Ahmed Ali, and pseudonym 81 for being such legendary patrons on Patreon. Thank you all so much.